Hey there, and welcome to this week's Big Voice with me, Wendy Parker. So get comfortable, grab yourself a cuppa, and I'll see you soon. The naked truth. So we have folded up the garment of Easter for another year, just like the linen garment at the tomb. And I feel like we look towards Christmas now and the Christmas story, but instead of actually reflecting on what the Easter story is all about. And I was thinking about clothes, and clothes actually don't just cover our nakedness, they actually show our identity. And I was thinking about the soldiers who cast lots for Jesus' clothes when he hung dying naked on the cross. And it says in John 19:23, now when the soldiers crucified Jesus, they divided up his clothes into 4 shares, one for each of them. But his tunic was seamless, woven from the top to the bottom as a single garment. Now Jesus' single seamless tunic, the stitching, it was actually a coat of arms that represented his holiness and his righteousness, because it was one seam. And it was a hallmark that showed Satan that Jesus was covering our nakedness from the Garden of Eden at the cross. Because if we go back to Genesis, it's where Adam and Eve actually listened to the enemy's lies, the serpent's lies, and they realized they were naked and they hid because the protection of God was taken off them. And it says God called out to man in Genesis 3, and he says, where are you? And Adam says, I heard you in the garden. I was afraid because I was naked and I hid. And God said, who told you you were naked? Well, today, dear friend, I'm asking you the same question. God is asking it and I'm asking it. He's asking, who told you you were naked? So you may have made many mistakes. You may have, you've done things that you're not proud of, and it makes you hide. However, God is saying, don't hide, because what the enemy said, you're not naked. And I can prove it because in Ephesians 6:10, verses 10 to 12, it says, put on the full armour of God. You've got to put on the armour of God. That's your protection. And that's what was forged at the cross. And it says, put on the full armour of God to protect yourselves from the devil and his evil schemes. Because we're not waging war against enemies of flesh and blood alone. No, this fight is against tyrants, against authorities, against supernatural powers and demon princes that slither in the darkness of this world, and against wicked spiritual armies that lurk about in the heavenly places. So today, dear friend, you are not naked. You are covered and protected by God's armour. And I will see you next week.